press secretary came to talk to them every half hour, and they were all trying to corner every possible member of hospital personnel they could. Moment, there was no news, and no story. The president had been in surgery since noon, and at 7 o'clock he hadn't come out yet. The bullet had pierced his lung and damaged his kidney and spleen. There was a lot of reconstructive work to do. Miraculously, it hadn't touched his heart, but he had had massive internal bleeding, and no one had seen the First Lady. She was waiting for him in the recovery room, watching the surgery on closed-circuit TV, and there was nothing more to say until he got out of surgery and they evaluated how he was doing. The doctors estimated that he would be there until midnight, and so would Maddie. There were over 100 photographers in the lobby, on couches, on chairs, sitting on camera bags, some sprawled on the floor in corners. There were a sea of styrofoam. But nothing would come. She was still in shock herself, and she was aware, as she moved, of a blinding headache. "Talk to me. What's your name?" "Anne." "Hi, Anne. My name is Maddie. How old are you?" 16. "I'm 34. I'm a reporter on TV." But there was no answer again. "Wake up, Anne. How's Andy doing?" "I don't know." He was whimpering, so Maddie knew he was alive. But the girl sounded weaker. God only knew how badly injured she was, or when anyone would find them. And as Maddie continued to struggle within her cave, outside fire trucks continued to arrive from every district. 2 of the stores were in flames, 4 had collapsed, and dismembered bodies were being removed from the areas closest to the center of the explosion, some of them far beyond recognition. There were hands and feet and arms and heads everywhere. Everyone ambulatory was being removed, and ambulances were taking away those who couldn't move under their own steam. They were trying to clear the area for rescue workers and volunteers. The Center for Disaster Control and National Emergencies had been called, and they were organizing teams as bulldozers began to arrive. But the balance of the remaining structures was too delicate to use them, and there were too many victims to jeopardize by using machinery that might ultimately create a bigger problem. There were scores of news crews on the scene, and broadcasts all over the country had been interrupted to bring viewers the news that the biggest disaster in the nation's history, since the bombing in Oklahoma City in '95, had occurred in Washington. There were already over 100 known casualties and no way